My name is Gary Wilkins. I'm a recovered alcoholic, 35 years. In recovery, the biggest part of my journey was finding peace with my past. I was raised in a theology that taught that if we didn't obey all the rules, we were headed for hell. And I didn't obey the rules, and consequently, I lost touch with any God that might have been in my life. I have always believed in Jesus since I was a young boy. The problem is my alcoholism and my troubles caught up with me. I didn't believe that Jesus believed in me. I thought he had abandoned me because of my transgressions against the rules of this church. I struggled with that for the better part of 40 years. Completely shutting out God and religion. I thought all the religions were basically the same thing. And one of my AA sponsors that sponsored me told me that I had contempt prior to investigation. So I went back and reviewed everything that I had learned about the churches and God, and I realized I knew a lot about church. I didn't know anything about God. Basically, I was ignorant of it, really, because the church that I grew up in did not read the Bible. We just did what we're supposed to do by their rules, and there was no Bible study at all. About 16 years ago, I guess it was, I decided to try to go back to church. My wife and I investigated a couple of them, and it was the same old, same old. We came across one church that was non-denominational, and the pastor was an excellent teacher. I joined the men's Bible study, and after a couple of years of studying, I came to believe and realize that Jesus Christ had went to the cross for my sins, and they had been forgiven. I had been forgiven. And it was heart-rendering. I know I bawled like a baby for a couple of hours when I realized that he loved me and I had been forgiven. One of the biggest problems with recovering addicts or alcoholics is they don't really have a good concept of God. They have a preconceived notion of who he is and what he is. And it's hard for alcoholics and addicts, because they have such low self-esteem, to accept the fact that they are forgiven. Continually keep living in the past, and you got, when you meet Jesus, everything becomes new, everything. And today, I know I have this awesome God that loves me. I don't quite understand all he's doing, but I'm not supposed to. That's okay. I attend a fellowship church that teaches on the truth, and the truth is God's love for us. We don't need all these rules of religion. Religion is, I believe, is the downfall of society, because people can't possibly live up to those rules. Jesus knew that when he came. And his new rules are that we just love one another as he loved us. That was his commandment. I pray that any of you out there that are struggling, don't give up. Keep looking. If you don't know something, ask somebody. Sooner or later you will find the truth, and once you find it, you will know it, because your heart will become different. And that's the way it is. I love my fellowship church. It's neat to walk in the building on Sunday morning and you get 50 or 60 hugs from people that I love dearly and know them and go have lunch with them and stuff. I didn't have any friends or like that before. And the fellowship is amazing. We've all got our stories. Some of them a lot worse than mine, I suppose. But once you've felt the pain of rejection and betrayal, it's a pretty deep hole in your heart that you got to fill with something. And the only one that can fill that is Jesus Christ. And keep searching, and you will find it. I think that's all I need to say, really. I'm Gary Wilkins, and this is my journey.